Hello, it's Scott Manley here with part 9 of XCOM. We are sitting in the commander's quarters and we're checking out our objectives. We have black sites to investigate, alien networks to investigate by, well, skull-jacking officers, which more or less means sticking a big knife in the back of them and hacking their brain. And not in the kind of way that you would hack somebody's brain, I mean like literally security hacking their brain. We have a supply drop still available. A nice gift from the Resistance members that we are helping all over North America. Yeah, we've actually got North America in the bag. We now just need to spread further afield. So, what should we do? Well, we're going to check we're going to start harvesting those supplies because we have many things that we would like to do with them, many projects that are currently waiting on us getting enough supplies to do. Oh, what is that? Blinkety blink. It's the Avatar project in the middle of the Pacific.
The aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar project. If we're going to slow them down, we'll need to move fast.
Yes, we will, or at least we will have to move decisively. I like how the Avatar project is clearly in the middle of the ocean.
Commander, we've received word that the aliens have completed a facility devoted to their work on the Avatar project. If we can establish contact with the local resistance forces in this region, we can make a move on that facility and destroy it to set back the aliens' operation.
Understood. Okay, but these guys are a couple of territories, are a couple of regions away, so we're going to have to make some contacts and make some friends before we can head down to Chile and actually beat up the aliens. So we have to make contact in New Brazil and then go all the way to Chile. But right now, we still have supplies to pick up. Yeah, I'm noticing that the Avatar project, it's in the middle of the Pacific, but it's not like on any known island. We've collected all the resources and we have some new staff. New scientists, engineers, veteran soldiers.
Sector 9,
everyone.
Western United States.
Back to the Western United States. We have a project here. We're building a radio relay because, and this is me speaking well after the fact, I didn't have a clue what I was doing, but I built a radio relay here anyway, and now we get a nice dramatic movie as we prepare to turn this thing on for the first time. Hello? Hello? Is there anyone out there?
Welcome to the fight.
Oh, welcome! Hello! I think the first thing we should do is play some inspiring music to basically tell the world about our new achievement in radio relays and recycled satellite dishes. Very inspiring, but not actually very useful to me right now. Radio relays are best installed further afield, rather than in the territories next door to the Resistance HQ. Radio relays basically extend your network. They make it cheaper in terms of intel costs for you to contact new regions. Right now, what I really need is a radio room on my carrier. If only old me was smart enough to actually realize this at this time. Okay, back at Resistance HQ we have engineers for 190 supplies and 185 supplies for Sally Rogers, a pharmacist working at a small clinic before Advent peacekeepers destroyed the facility, whereas he was a shade tree mechanic before the war. That would have made him 12 years old when he was a mechanic. This guy truly is talented. But we really do need engineers, so I'm going to bring him on board. And the Skulljack is complete. Access to the alien communications network is highly restricted, requiring several complex biomedical augments before admittance can be granted. And the skull mining, as if the Skulljack itself wasn't invasive enough, Tygan conceived of a more thorough means of extracting information from Advent soldier chips. This new skull mining technique could lead to new intel gains from our enemies. Well, I must say that sounds fantastic. Get on it.
We'll get started right away, Commander. I'll send word when the project is complete.
You do that. I must admit I'm looking forward to using this Skulljack.
These findings will likely prove crucial to our ongoing efforts.
These magnetic-based weapons are a lot like the early railgun prototypes. They fire projectiles at extremely high velocity.
You know what I would like? I would like an option to place an alien corpse up there to test on. I mean, I've got tons of them sitting in the stores. It would be kind of cool to see the effects on them. Having finally gotten a closer look at the Gauss rifle technology Advent has deployed among their forces, I'm fairly confident we can develop a magnetic weapon system of comparable power. The obvious question, why not simply use the Advent weapons directly, was discovered early on by resistance forces in the field. Some years ago, the aliens began integrating a sort of genetic verification technology into their weapons that prevents them from functioning by any species whose DNA has not been pre-encoded. Unfortunately, the system also exerts lethal force on an unsuspecting, unauthorized user. A fact we should disseminate as widely as possible. Well, it doesn't matter because we have our own tech now. Okay, so new item, Stutter Mag. That's a submachine gun which I have not been using. The Mag Pistol, the Shard Gun, which is a shotgun, and the Magnetic Rifle. These are all very cool, Dr. Tygan, but I would like the same thing, but bigger. Can you do that?
I had assumed you'd make that research a priority, Commander.
Dr. Tygan, you should know me by now. Bigger guns are always my top priority.
Maybe we should start training someone else to pilot the Avenger. I'm never going to get any work done if Mr. Bradford can't keep the ship steady.
Commander?
Ha! Apparently Bradford has been taking lessons from Bob Kerman. Or is it Bill Kerman? Certainly not Jebediah Kerman. Or maybe it is Jebediah Kerman. Maybe that's why he can't keep the labs stable. Shen, you have some new gun designs. Could you come and build them for me? I guess. Weapon? Oh great, we can only afford a mag pistol. I guess I've blown all my cash on engineers and stuff to help you out, and now we can't actually build the guns that I want. This is how you thank me. Well, whatever, we'll get some more cash. We'll get some more supplies from somewhere. Let's take a look on the map. Oh yeah, there I am, building more radio relays. What a moron I was. New targets acquired! We've acquired new targets for our guerrilla operations. Operation Ghostwalk will stop them hunting me. In New Mexico, we have Operation Ice Killer that will reduce the retaliation counter by 2 weeks unless we stop it, and Operation Dead Man's Justice that will decrease the supplies given at the next resistance supply drop. I kind of like supplies, but I'm also terrified of being hunted by alien UFOs. I mean, not in real life, in the game obviously. Don't think there's any alien UFOs hunting me, but obviously if alien UFOs were to come to Earth, I would probably be pretty high up there on the people that would be hunted by aliens. Not that I'm necessarily thinking that'll happen. Now I'm going for the supplies because I get a scientist and I like my supplies. Also, Dead Man's Justice is a pretty badass name.
The Resistance operative managed to rig up some sort of data interception device through an access point on the Advent network running through here. The data is apparently critical to the aliens' latest operation, and they're already moving to destroy the device. We're heading in to make sure that doesn't happen. Take out any hostile targets nearby, secure the AO, and protect that device.
So this is in a delightful corner of Vancouver known as Knife Junction. No doubt my rangers will feel right at home. And wouldn't you know, it's raining.
Hostile forces are already moving to destroy the data tap installed nearby. We need to lock down the area and secure the device at all costs.
Okay, so we're all concealed. There is no timer, but there is an implicit timer because the transmitter has a certain number of hit points and the aliens are just going to start beating on it unless I can distract them or kill them. Anyway, clearly I was a terrible noob when this was made because I made the worst move possible. I jumped my super stealthy ranger through a window, an open window, but jumping through the window basically removed her concealed, it removed everyone concealed, no ambush, all the aliens are up and they're all alert to my presence. Well, we have a thing to save, a widget, a whatever, right? Now, Ju Yang, the queen bee with her sniper rifle, immediately lets loose. And hits for 5 points of damage, but does not kill this stun lancer. And now Christian Reynolds has a new trick up his sleeve. He has trained up the necessary requisites to perform the combat protocol, which is basically to tell his little gremlin drone, well, to go and give a little bit of an electric shock to an enemy. It's a useful technique that has a 100% chance of hitting, but it does crap damage. I should have done something different, to be honest, but the novelty had not worn off by this point. Yuzuki Yamada is my heavy weapons specialist. And, well, we'd like to see how those heavy weapons work against sectoids. She's from Japan. And unfortunately, they failed to make sushi from that sectoid, although that would be an interesting delicacy in the future promised by XCOM 2. Jane Kelly moves into position and briefly considers using her knives before deciding she might as well shoot somebody with her shotgun. With excellent consequences. Yes, she is a veritable angel of death. Also on this mission is her protege, Sarah Scott, another ranger, also with a big love of knives and shotguns. She takes the shot and misses. Darn shot for missing. How could you be so stupid? She would have probably been better off on Overwatch there, because that stun lancer is gonna run. Meanwhile, the relay beacon is taking a punishment while we can't get to it. The stun lancer gets up and moves, and Sarah Scott takes the pain. But I suspect that stun lancer will not last very long now that he has exposed his position. Yeah, Sarah gets her vengeance. Now with the immediate enemy threat dealt with, it's time to make a quick advance on the location of the transmitter. We're going to move people up and hopefully not trigger any serious response. We can trigger one pod at a time, but triggering multiple pods could lead to the situation going south.
Troops here.
Troops here we have an Advent Commander.
It can be disabled.
Yes, if they can be disabled. You know, right now, we're just going to try and not die to them, to be honest. We have a transmitter to take down. We're less interested in your skulljack. We shall apply your skulljack at our leisure. Man, Yu Yang is missing. Everybody is missing.
I got nothing.
No, he's marked. And he is being flanked. He is in serious danger here. Oh, no. Oh! No, he is surviving so far, but he is in a precarious situation. Him and his gremlin. What is this guy? Oh yeah, Christian. Uh-oh.
Not sure I can make it.
He is clearly not long for this world at this rate. Oh man, he's getting zapped up front. Time for Yu Yang to bring out the sniper rifle and do some real damage. Thank you. That's how we do it.
Target neutralized.
Yes, okay, now we have a stun lancer here. Show us the sword. Okay, only 3 points of damage? Seriously? Okay, show her the Gatling gun. Japanese girl power. Wait, that doesn't actually happen, does it? I mean, it happens in anime, but not really. In anime is kind of weird like that. Jane Kelly taking the high ground. Christian Reynolds moves into full cover and gets on Overwatch because he knows that he's in serious danger. But that move may turn out to be far from ideal. No! He has been cut down in the prime of his career. Queen Bee is horrified at this. But the commander in doing so has placed himself in a vulnerable position. And Queen Bee, cool as ice, takes advantage of this. The team is shocked by the death of their compatriot, but they have no time. They have to stop this transmitter from being stopped. I mean, they have to keep this transmitter alive.
Menace 1-5, we've got a line on the target. Move to protect that gear at all costs.
Roger. Understood. ASAP. We're gonna send them to jail and make sure they don't pass go. That's not an analogy I hear troopers making. Okay, more sectoids and troopers. Lots of things going on. This is the final pod. They are guarding that transmitter. We need to keep them busy. As long as they're busy with us, they are not shooting that transmitter.
It's killing time.
It's killing time. Suzuki, whatever. Like, Suki. We're gonna blow a hole in this building to destroy all the cover they're using. That's plan 1. The question is, which apart. Shall I try and actually hit some enemies? Because I don't actually remember where they ended up. This is really hard because they're just around the corner. It'd be really nice if I could actually hit that stun trooper. But I think I'm just going to go for it. Taking them down, doing some remodeling work on this base. And now we get to see everyone. She doesn't have any ammunition loaded right now, which is why she is concentrating on the grenade. Now, Jane Kelly is an excellent spot to deliver some swift justice from above. Ha! That'll teach you to perform crowd control.
It has to be dead. Got it.
Okay, Sarah, you're up. Move into range and engage with prejudice. Don't shoot her though, aliens. I'm just... Okay, sectoid running around. What's the sectoid gonna do? The sectoid's gonna attack somebody. Doing some sort of sectoid magic. And... Oh, there it is. There's the zombie. Right on the edge of the screen because the game's camera is a little confused at times. Space zombie. And he's going to attack the transmitter one more time. But honestly, the amount of DPS these guys are putting out is probably not enough to bring it down before I murder them. Queen Bee decides to take a shot at the zombie. This was a really bad move on my part. This mission is just full of ridiculously bad moves, and I can say that in retrospect because I'm recording this particular part of the voiceover in retrospect. That's the wonder of editing. I could have done so many things better. She could have reloaded her gun, taking an action, but no, she was just like, let's grenade these guys. And she did, and it was nice, and guys died, and aliens died, you know. But all the same, would have been nice to really take advantage of things. Okay. We have a zombie to kill, and... well, it's kind of pointless killing the zombie, but hey, at least it would have given her more experience. Instead, it's decided it'd be better to go straight and kill that darn sectoid. And that, ladies and gentlemen, puts me in...
What have we got here?
Well, puts me into the victory condition. Oh, we get an Illyrium core, a valuable artifact of great power.
I've got it.
An artifact of great power. But yes, the mission is over. The thingy is secure.
Down and the area is secure. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Operation Dead Man's Justice unfortunately resulted in one dead man. That's my first fatality outside of the tutorial mission. Sergeant Christian Shady Reynolds is unfortunately no more. He will be remembered with, well, drinks, let's say. We have 1 death, 1 wounded, and 3 promotions, so, well, whatever, we're getting better soldiers out of this in the end. So, Corporal Sarah Scott gets to promote herself to Sergeant, and I think Shadow Step, Shadow Strike is probably what I want to go with here. Gives her a big bonus to the initial strike after concealment. Who else? We have Jane Kelly. She could conceal or run and gun. I kind of like the idea of running and gunning. Basically means that she can run extra distance and then still gets the chance to murder aliens, which is always a good plan. Yuzuki Encore Yamada. Demolition or suppression? I think suppression is probably the option to go for, because what suppression does is it lets you hold down an enemy and get automatic reaction fire. Basically throws a bunch of bullets in their direction and stops them moving.
The ongoing stress of combat can shake up even the best of our soldiers. As long as we keep them healthy, I'm sure they'll recover given time.
So yeah, soldiers get PTSD in XCOM 2.
I wish we had a simulator for Bradford to practice on. If he crashes this ship, I might just hand him over to Advent myself.
I like how they make it clear that Bradford is the guy that's actually doing all the flying. It's actually pretty funny because clearly he's not like a pilot.
New course.
Instead, we have generic Firebrand pilot who nobody mentions. So the black market up in the north, in the tundra, which he would be better if he was white, because then he would kind of blend in. Oh hey, alien machinery has been cleared, leaving room for one potential facility. Now, the obvious choice would be resistance comms, because we have essentially maxed out our number of resistance contacts. So resistance comms,
our
it
current power
is.
systems to the limit. We don't have any capacity to spare, which means we can't expand our facilities further.
Which means we need to build some facilities to generate more power, and we will have to do that if we want to keep this rebellion or this resistance operation under, keep it going basically. And we will do that in future episodes. Until then, I'm Scott Manley. Fly safe.